We'll discuss about the file systems. So SAP file systems. Okay, the file systems. So SAP file systems at operating system level, OS level here. So whenever we do the SAP installation, any SAP installation, there are the some folders, there the some files will be created whenever we do the installation, right? So let's discuss about those things for today. So the file systems. So whenever we do the installation, there the one common directory that will be created like usr sap sid. So if sid is the ecd, if sid is the ecp, then operating system level, you see, so they are the some folders. They are the some folders here. You can see USR, SAP, so SID, so SID, the name. You will get the some files and folders. You will get it out here. Some files and folders you will come to know here, right? SID, right? So SID, USR, SAP, SID is the common directory structure here, right? So why we are discussing about this one instead of SAP file SAP? So here, in case any issues, any errors, so the point of contact is the file systems here. So we need to go to the file systems and we need to check the first and the foremost, the troubleshooting point of area is the file systems here. So we need to check the SAP folders and files here. So here the common folders and files we should be required. So suppose tomorrow you want to fix the one issue, so you need to check the logs. So then the time this file systems will be helpful here, troubleshooting area here. So then under that, so we have the sys folder will be created. Under the SID, we have the sys folder here. Under the SID, we have the sys folder. Then on the same SID here, we have the D instance number, one more folder will be created. Then we have the ASCS, then instance number will be created. So sys D instance number, ASCS instance number, this three will be created here, right? So sys means, so it's a global directory. Actually, sys is the main, it's a central, it's a global here. Under the sys again, if you see here, so ASCS D instance numbers, why? Because you have the 4 application servers, then 4 application servers related file systems are created, right? D instance number, D instance number, D instance number, D instance number. Then sys, right? So sys file systems here, sys file systems here. In the sys file systems, you see, so under the sys again, they are the subfolders. Under the sys again, we have the subfolders are there here under the sys again here. So what are those subfolders here? Under the sys again, you have the exe directory. Then we have the sys global directory. Then we have the sys profile directory here, right? Sys global, sys exe, sys profile directory we have here. So what is the use of this one, right? So sys exe means executable files here, binaries here. So your SAP system is up and running because of this folder. Your SAP is running fine without any issues. So because of this sysexe folder, it is running here, right? If you double click on this one, you have the UC Unicode, NTADM. So these binaries are the very important here. So your SAP system is running, your message server, NQ server, gateway, NQ. So all are running fine means because of the dispatcher, displace work, all are running means because of their OS level, we have the kernel directory is there. This is the kernel directory here. So because of this is the backbone for the SAP. The kernels are the backbone for the SAP. If you delete the kernel or something happens, then SAP will not start. SAP will go down immediately. SAP will go down immediately in the sysexe. SAP will go down immediately here regarding the sysexe directory here. Sysexe directory. Okay. So this is the very important directory.
Hi, sir. Sorry to interrupt. Under the NTD ADM, all files are come to the kernel files also.
Yes, all files are kernel. Is the exe means it's a kernel directory.
Okay, sir.
exe means kernel directory here. So UC means unique code. Okay. So NTADM means it's a Windows level NTADM AMD 64. If it is the Linux, then Linux 64, something like that, you will get the one folder here. It's a Windows level. So these all are the kernel files, kernel binaries. These all are the kernel files here. So
Okay.
it's kind of how the backbone is very important for us, for humans. Same way for SAP, without this file systems, SAP will not be started. First of all, SAP will be down, will not start first of all, this one. So this is the very important directory here. So whenever any OS upgrade or something is happening in our organizations, so that time we will down it as part of the OS restart. Sometimes we may miss these folders and file systems here. So that time SAP will not start. So you need to check SAP is not starting means, first of all, you need to check whether the kernel directory is exist or not. So then kernel is exist, then next step we need to check it out here. So first is the kernel is the very important here. The next one is the global directory here. So under the global directory, we have the spool logs and job logs are available here. Spool logs and job logs here. Normally job logs, we can see it in the SM37, we can check it out. Here also, based upon that, your job logs will be available here. Job logs here, job logs here. Here also we can check the job logs and all those things we can find out here. Each and every job log, like this is the job name. So then this is running on this user basis user. Something like some logs will be updated here. Some job logs will be updated here. Some job logs will be updated here, right? So clean plan, clean APC, DB13 planning calendar. So some jobs are started by the server, something like that. Some logs, the logs of the jobs will be displayed here in this case here, right? So that is the job logs here, right? So here that is under the global directory here. So if you go to the any one of the folder, so sys global directory here. So along with the global directory here, we have the some security settings here, some security settings here, some SSF keys. I mean to say in the global directory. So we have the in the global directory we have the spool logs, spool related logs, printer related logs, spool, and the job logs, and so security settings. Some of the systems internal security related settings it will be available here. So available in this case in this folder here. So profile directory. Profile directory contains the profiles. Profiles normally we will do the changes of the profiles in the RZ10 and RZ11. Suppose if you don't have the SAP level access, you have to do the some changes in the profiles, then how can we do it? Why? Because if SAP is up, we can go ahead and we can see the, so in RZ10 and RZ11, we can change the profiles and etc. we can change it. But even SAP is not, the SAP is not up, then how can we do the changes here? How can you so do the changes here? Here in the profile directory, if we go to the profile directory here, in the profile directory here, you can see the profiles here, right? Default profile, instance profiles are available. Suppose normally there we will go to the RZ10 SAP level, we will select the profile, we will change it. Instead of that, here also you can go to the profiles. Then here also you can change the parameter values and everything. You can change it here, work process number parameters. So then user parameters, some BTC, some parameters here also you can change it here, right? Profiles contains parameters here. So operating system level, if you change the SAP level also, it will be changed here. Who generated, at what time they have generated, what is the version of the profile. Each and every change, there is a new version will be created here, right? So that will be updated here as well here, which means if SAP is down, how can we change the profile parameter? Means here OS level, we can use the directly use the this profile directory to perform the changes in the SAP system. Okay, so that one we can do it. Or SAP level RZ10, RZ11 here. This is the base profiles here, right? So this is the about the sys, right? This is about the sys here. Under the sys, we have the these folders here. So profile directory, so global and exe. These are the very important folders here, right? So then next one, D instance number. This is the instance specific related folder, here. So we have the two instances. One is the instance, one is the primary application server or additional application server instances. So those profiles, and ASCS is the one more instance. Then ASCS related profiles is also available here. So then D instance number here, D instance number. So here, what is the instance number you have given during the installation time? So that instance number you have to give it to the here, right? The instance number here. So then here also there are the some profiles here. One is the again exe directory. Second one is the data folder. Third one is the log folder. The fourth one is the sec directory here. The fifth one is the very important directory is called the work directory. The same concept is applicable for the each and every instance. Same folder structure is available here. Same folder structure is available in the each and every time here. So if you see here, so D instance number. So if you go to the any one of the instance specific here, so then here you can see the data folder, exe folder, right? The log folder, sec folder, work directory. Okay, so these are the important data files. Means the some of the statistical data it will be available. Statistical data, statistical data here. Statistical data means history related information will be stored here. Statistics data. Statistics means suppose I need last 5 days data, 6 days data, history. So like that time that data will be stored here in the data folder here. Just data folder, nothing we will use it here. Same as like sec directory. Sec directory, the tickets, the certificates related PSCs are available in the sec directory here. The log directory, it is the traces, the trace which we will enable it. Suppose there are some traces related transaction codes here. So the traces related things will we can enable it in the log directory here, right? The most important thing is exe. Exe also same exe means. So we have the exe folder here. This is the global. This is the local instance specific exe directory. But all these three exes are same. All these three exes are same binaries here. So one copy will be available under the sysexe. Then one more copy of the exe directory in the local exe directory. Local exe directory, it is available here, right? So these all are common. These all are the very okay. But most important thing is here the work directory. This is the where we have to start our troubleshooting point here. This is the information. This is the work directory here, right? Work directory. SAP level. So if you see here work directory, each and everything will be available here. Each and everything here. So which means all the log files are available under so with the name of dev_RFC. This is the RFC related. So this is the dev_work process 0. 0 means work process related parameters here. Work process related parameters here. If you see here parameters, work process related log files here. Work process related log files here. If you go to the SM50 transaction code, here you can see the each work process there is a number, work process 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. So if any issues, then work process are the responsible, right? If you check the work process log files here, then here we will come to know all the details here. Here. So D instance number, work directory here, work process 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 here. So all the work process related log files are available here. So this is the RFC dev_work process 0, which means the log file of the dialog work process here, right? The dev_work process 9, 10. So all the details are available in that location here, right? So that is the very important work process log file here, right? So here you have the work process log file, and also there is a available log file, gateway log files, whatever there in the application server, all will be available in the So in this directory here, whatever when it is available 17th onwards, right? When it is down, unavailable, from what date to what date. So all the information is available. So the basically SAP level, SAP is down, SAP is not starting up, SAP performance issues or anything. So one common directory. Why? Because SAP is down means even you cannot log in and check the anything, right? So then any performance issues you cannot also log in. So we may face the issues here. So that is the reason the SAP introduced the one of the working directory, means one of the troubleshooting directory is called the work directory. In the work directory here, in the work directory you can see here, in the work directory here, all the work process related log files are available here. So if you open the log file, each and every log file, the trace level, and also always it refers to the profiles based upon the profiles, based upon the exe, it will start it here. So all the work process related with the timestamp, what is happening in the system, what exactly activities they are doing, all the information will be available in the system here. All the information is available in the system. Each and every action, what it is doing and everything, it will be so available. Everything will be available in this case here. So this is the so all the information. So all the each and every message, all the information, each and every log file, everything will be recorded in the system. Everything will be recorded in the system here. Everything will be recorded in the system here. That is called the that is called the work process directory here. That is called the work process directory here. That is called the work process directory here. Okay, work process 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. So these are the work process related information here, right? So each and everything. So one common directory, if any errors in the SAP, if any issues with the SAP is not functioning, some errors, so some slowness, SAP down, or users are unable to log in. So one first thing which will come in our mind is work directory, checking the logs in the work directory, check the recent timestamp of the log files in the work directory. It will give the some clear information, which will give the some clear information why it is not working, and all the information will be in the work directory file here. Okay, that is in the work directory. In the work directory, it will give the clear information in this location here. Okay, so anything SAP work process or gateway not responding or anything, so error messages based upon the timestamp, your timestamp. So then you can check it out what happened during that time, and all the information will be available here. So suppose like dispatcher, so dev underscore dispatcher log file here. So what's happening with my dispatcher? So whether the dispatcher, whether the users are able to log in or not. So all the information will be available in the system here. Here you can see the log file here, error log files here, error log files here. Something is not working. Then if you open it here, some errors will be displayed. Some errors will be error, something will be displayed. So based on that, we need to fix the issue. Suppose like if you see system time zone is found is not valid. The here in this transaction code, whatever the time zone we have and whatever the operating system level we have, both are not matching. That is what it is saying, that it is not matching. So that is what it is giving the information, right? So like this, you can see any DB issues or any errors or anything. So it will give the somewhere from what is the kernel it is pointing and what is the, so all the information, each and everything will be tracked under the work directory, right? Work directory here. So work directory. SICF directory means for the certificate, system certificates related information will be available in the SICF directory here. So logs, exe. So it's a very important. If you go to the ASCS also, ASCS means message server, NQ server. Then message server related NQ server dev underscore ms, dev underscore NQ. MS means message server. Message server related log files are available under the dev underscore ms here, right? Then NQ server. Then exe. Here also data folder. Here also exe. So message server related exe files here. So here also log files are available. So here it is the. So each and every instance, we go to the ASCS directory, we have the this 5 folders here. If we go to the your application server instance, we have the folders are available here, right? Same folders. If we go to the any other new application server, same folders are available here, right? Same folders are available here in the systems. So here the main important thing is the exe work directory. These two questions they may ask you here. Can you tell me the location of the exe directory? So which means you need to tell like USR SAP SID sys exe. That is the global exe directory. What about the local exe directory? Then D instance number exe directory. Okay, both are same. Whatever there in the exe folder, but that is called the global. This is called the local here. Important. That's why you have the other three locations. It is exist here. One is the work directory.
Sir, one question. What if I mean, in SID's exe directory as well, can we replace the directory with the other exe file in some
Right.
location?
Yes, we can replace it. During the kernel upgrade time, we will do the similar. So yes, we may have to upgrade. So suppose one exe directory got missed, then can we replace? Yes, that's possible. Why? Because the three are same, right? So three kernel files are same. So then we can replace it. That will not create any problem here. So the three kernel files we can replace it. That will not give the any errors here. So that is about the OS level file system. Same file system. Suppose if you don't have the OS level access, then how can we check the all the log files or means? Just you can go to the AL11. AL11 is the path. If you go to the AL11, the OS level from SAP, AL11 is the path. Here I call the AL11. So all SAP directories are available. AL11 transaction code at SAP level. Sir, in case of SAP level, we don't have access, then we can check it in the log files in the work directory. Even if you don't have the access to the OS level, operating system level, you have only SAP access. Then in this case, you can also check the profiles. You can also check the data, log, exe directory, everything under. So this folders here in the AL11 folder directory structure. Here also you can check. You want to check the dispatcher log file. Just if you open the dispatcher log file, the log is opened. Here you can check what's happening in the system and everything here. So either you can directly go to the OS level, then E drive, ES or SAP SID check. Otherwise, if you go to the AL11 transaction code, there also we can get the all the information here. Here also we can get the all the information in the system, right? All the folders and file systems are available here as well. AL11 directory. Suppose I want to, one more directory is the ST11. One more transaction code is the ST11 for the, it's only work directory related log files here. Here, work directory related log files are available here. AST11 error log files here. AL11 SAP related log files. Then, so ST11 only ST11 is only for the work directory related log files. ST11 they have dedicatedly given for the line that is called the error log files here. Normally you can go to the AL11 their work directory, you can open it here, or OS level you can open it here, or ST11 you can open it. All the directories only work directory files will be opened here. You can see these are the work directory related files here.
फाइल सिस्टम कल पूछे थे ना वो आज बोल रहा हूँ
Please go on mute, yeah, Riyaj. Okay, so these are the SAP file systems, and from operating system level we can see it here. In the SAP level we can see the, so these things we can see it from here, right? ST11 and AL11 transaction codes here. Okay, so these are the file systems. Okay, anyone, any questions?
Hello, sir. This is Karthik. Sir, mostly we use local directory or global directory, sir. Means difference between.
Sometimes we may use the local and the global, depends. So work directory is only local, but there is no, but CX is the three locations, but EXE directories are in the three locations, but all directories are same. All directories are, so mainly global. Global is the very important. But because if you have the global in hand, local also will be synced. So global is the mainly global directory. Global means your USR, SAP, SID, sys. Sys, under the sys, we have the folders are those are the very important.
UC also, right, sir? USR, SAP, SID, UC, EXE, right, sir? EXE only.
UC, EXE, and EXE means EXE directories means UC also will be part of that one. So that's why no one will call like exe something like sys exe uc something. Just call this sys exe something like that. Sys exe. Sys exe means under the exe only you have the all the details here. Suppose if you see, you go to the sys exe means under the exe only we have the uc, nt, adm, everything will come. So that's why sys exe we will call it as a sys exe. So this is the very important directory. If you cut this directory or delete something, SAP will be down immediately.
Okay, sir. Thanks.
This is about the directory structure and the transaction codes. The next one, yeah, ICM administration part, ICM administration. Yeah, this is also another small topic, ICM administration, ICM. ICM means Internet Communication Manager. So the main responsibility of the ICM is to handle the ICM, means to handle the, it will handle the web-based request, web-based request. Normally dispatcher will take the request from the SAP logon pad, right? So here, but here the ICM is web-based, web means browser-based request. Normally we will use the google.com, facebook.com, whatsapp web.com, something like that. The internet in the browser level, we are using the multiple URLs, right? So that time here, this one, like, so this ICM in the SAP level, it will handle the web-based request here. So web-based request. For this one, what you required here is, so SMICM is the transaction code. Here we can monitor the, here we can check the status of the ICM is running or not. Here we can find out here. So if the ICM is running, then it will take the, it will handle the browser-based request. Browser-based request here. Suppose example, for ICM, the ports are very important here. ICM ports are very important here. You can see there the ports are very important. As soon as your installation is done, we have to configure the ports. HTTP, HTTPS ports, we have to configure it here. Why? Because the URLs which we are opening here, that is like http://outlook.com, email.com, facebook.com, like that we are using. But internally, it will take the one of the port number only, one of the port number, it will occupy it here. So these ports we have to configure it here. Suppose here the ports are not configured. Again, the port changes means parameter we have to change it. Otherwise, here also we can just go ahead and create the some ports we can create. Ports means it's like HTTP port starts with the 80, HTTPS 443, like that ports we can create it here. These are the timeout, how much time in the browser side you should process here. This is the timeout parameters here, timeout parameters here. So right here we can activate, we can create the ports. So port number is like how was like 8000. If you use the 8000, port is configured here. Let's delete this one. So if we want to create the ports, here we have to use this ports here. Suppose HTTPS. Most of the organization now they will use the HTTPS, right? So then here HTTPS means 44300. That is the common default port numbers here. If you want to delete the port in the service tools, just create, change, delete, activate, deactivate, everything we can do it here. So these ports should be active here. Then only ICM will take the request. ICM will take the request here. Then within the SAP, what we have to activate? What we have to activate here as part of the day-to-day activity here. So we need to first ICM. ICM is the Internet Communication Manager. In SMICM, we need to check whether the ICM is running or not to handle the internet-based request, and also the ports, the HTTP, the HTTP ports should be active status here. These are the two things we need to check in the SMICM here. SMICM here. So whenever daily monitoring transaction code, just to go to the SMICM. Yes, it is running. So then it will take the services. Services means ports. The port should be active status here. The port should be active. In the active status means the green tick mark should be selected here. Then only it will handle the internet based request here. So what type of services we have to use? Suppose like if you see here, suppose IRCTC. Example, IRCTC is running on the SAP, right? So then if you see here, and after the host name, we have the, this is the full name URL here. Then after that, it is going to the NGET, then train_train-search, something like that. It is going to the sub services. These are the services actually. These are the services. These are the services here, sub services here. These are the sub services here. Normally we will call it as the sub services here. This one we have to activate in the SAP here. What is the transaction code where we have to do the activation means in SICF, the service activation have to be performed in this location here. Service activation, we have to do it in the SICF services here. Suppose example, if you go to the SICF, suppose you want to activate some of the, many other services are available here. If you click on the OK button, you can see there is a lot of SAP, then a lot of the VPC web, BW related, gateway related, IBF metadata. There are the many things are available here. Many things are, many sub services are available here. Many sub services are available here, right? So if you want to activate some kind of services here, some of the named services like web GUI, web browser, web based GUI here, right? Suppose you want to activate this service should be active here, right? The service should be, you have to activate it here. Then when you test it, when you ask user to use it here, then SAP, you don't need to use this one also. If you have the URLs, the user people can open from the SAP login, SAP browser also. It's not like that. Everybody should install the SAP login pad to log into the SAP systems. So here, if you have the host name and port number, if you configure it here, then automatically the sub services will be called here. So then automatically you will get the SAP login screen here. From here also, I don't need SAP login pad here. Then I can log into my SAP system. Then I can enter the transaction code here, right? Why should I require the GUI here? I can enter the transaction codes and everything. I can practice it, right? Right? So then how it is handling? Who is handling here, right? Why? Because this is a browser-based HTTP request, right? This is a browser-based HTTP request here. Then who is handling means here the ICM, the SMICM will act, which is allowing to the request inside of the system means here. Normally, most of the transactions we will use this sites only, right? Either Amazon.com or Flipkart.com, IRCTC.com or Redbus.com. Most of the transactions we do via HTTP or HTTPS only, right? So in this case, man, backend server, how it is open in the backend server means, so now how we open it here. Normally, this is if you have maintained, if you in the network level, if you do the masking, like instead of this one, if you type here my training, suppose if I take the domain, if I took the domain here, my trainings, something like that. If I take some sessions here, if I take my training, some domain, if I take it GoDaddy or some domain, if I purchase the domain, then instead of my host name, if I use this one, automatically if I click this URL, SAP screen will be opened here. SAP screen will be opened. Then users can enter the user ID, they can do the transaction, some other things. So something they can do it, right? So that's the reason. So here, instead of accessing this host name and port number, where this is available here. So here it is available in my SMICM, and my SMICM, this is available here. That's why I'm able to open this transaction here. So what happens if the SMICM is down? The ICM is down. Suppose what I will do here I will stop the ICM here. Go to the administration ICM and so down, right? I stopped the SMICM. If I restart it here, what will happen? See here, the site cannot be reached. The site cannot be reached here. Why? Because ICM is down, SMICM is down. If ICM is down, then who will handle the browser-based request? No one handle. Normally, we will see this type of messages from whenever in the some of the government sites, some of the banking server sites, something you are trying to access, sometimes in the rare cases we may get the error message, the site cannot be reached or 500 internal server error, something like that, we will get it out. So why site is not reachable means the backend server, some of the services are not available. Backend, some of the services are not available. That is the reason you can see some of the services are not available. That is the reason you can see that this type of errors. Right? So that is the thing of the ICM and anything here. In SICF Services Act, what type of service you are going to use it here? What type of services here? So now what I will do, I will pass this URL to the, so my team who don't have the SAP login pad to access SAP, then I will pass this URL, then they can open. Everybody, they have the browser, right? Even mobile phone also we have the browser. Then in the mobile phone, if I open my URL, it will open. Suppose like example, you see, I have one public URL here, 49 DOS series here. Now this is my public URL. See here, this is my production related public URL. Everybody will access my public. There is no host name. Just they will use my host name and port number here, right? So they will everybody, maybe even can also access my public URL from the mobile tab. Anywhere you can access my server URL here. See here, SAP screen, you log into the SAP. So ECP client, NetWeaver. So then here you can access it here. You can also, while traveling, you need to do some practice on the SAP side, right? So SAP practice means you need the SAP login pad and you need to log in, right? Instead of that, if you have the browser logon, then browser based logon will be opened here, right? So in this case, this will be helpful here. So this is the public one. Instead of that, what I can do, if I spend some more money, and suppose if I take the public domain names, like domain names means irctc.com, google.com, facebook.com, that is those are the domains. If I take those domain, that domain I can link to my IP. Then if you use suppose if I take the domain like training, something like SAP basis training, if I take the domain I can enter it here in place of here, then automatically it will route the request to my backend system. Then my backend I can open the SAP GUI, I can access it, right? Instead of host name and everything. So I can do it. The many sites we can see it, right? irctc.com. Then here you can just get the NZ in SICF. So these services, the sub services activation and everything, we have to do it in the SICF transaction code. In SICF transaction code, here we have to you have to enable the services here. Suppose I want to enable suppose like NWBC, then you can have to enable it here. Web GUI, some BPC web related service I have to activate. Just click on the activate button, that will be activated here. Then whenever you open here website, so it will be opened here. So there is a port. We restarted the ICM. Here the mandatory, the port should be configured here. The port should be configured. Then only we can access all the sites here. Whatever the ports means, the ports we can change it. So that is depends upon your customer, whatever the port you want to open, that you can open it here. So means there is no mandatory to use only these ports here. Whatever the ports your organization, okay, you can use those ports here. So now if I go to the SICF, then if you want to access something here, and suppose they want to access some BBC related, some other things related, anything they want to access, some my Facebook, my training.com, if they want to access, then you can access all those things from here. Suppose they want to access the BW related things, then just to activate BW related service, that will be activated here, right? So those things we can do it here. Some BEX broadcasting we have to activate, right? The BEX related services will be BEX, SAP BW BEX. So BEX related service. Then what I can do, I can pass this URL to my users, business users, then they can open this URL, they can do the BEX related transactions, they can do it here, right? So this is the SAP related things here. So like this, we can set the parameters and everything, we can set it out here, right? Here, service activation have to be done using the SICF transaction code. Then the ports ICM is running or not, we have to check from SMICM transaction codes here. Okay. Suppose if any issues, any errors, ICM, the ports is not working, there is a trace file. If we go to trace file, in the trace file, log file will be generated here. Dev underscore, so SM dev underscore ICM, dev underscore ICM log file here. The same log file is available. Suppose you don't have the access to the SAP, you want to check here. Then you can go to the USR SAP SID, the instance number. Here you have the work directory here, dev underscore ICM. ICM related is a log file here. ICM related, all the log files are available here. Okay. ICM related, all the log files are available here. That is the SMICM. The port should be active status. Then SMICM should be running. Then only users can access the things from browser. Okay. That is what these two transaction codes here. Okay. So you can practice these two, and the file system is very important. Both you can practice it for today. So then tomorrow we'll go with some other transaction codes, the performance related transaction code. Before we go to the transport administration, the daily monitorings, some other small things are there. So those things we need to complete it here. Okay. So what you can do, you can log into the file systems. You can check the USR SAP SID. Under that file systems, log file checking, just get exposed, familiar with the paths. Why? Because during the interview point of time, they may ask you. Suppose if any issues, where can you check? That is the first question they may ask you. Sir, we need to check in the SAP level ST22. Even you are unable to log into the SAP level, then how can we check? So then one common directory is called the work directory. We will go and there we will check the log files, right? That is the, like that we have to answer the questions. Okay. Then you should know, right, what is the, some people